So Floyd Mayweather Jr. says to Ryan Garcia, "Hey, you got Rolly problems before you worried about tanking and Devin Haney. A blessed love and blessed day. Oh, boxing world, boxing nation, fighting world, fighting nation. It's Coach Fiyah and this is real life boxing. Like I said, Floyd Mayweather Jr., he says to Ryan Garcia, my man, I know you an internet star and everything, but you got Romero problems to worry about before you even get in to Tank and Devin Haney. Hey, before we get into it, I'm going to ask you guys to give me your best double jab straight down the pipe. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when all new content is being uploaded on the channel of Real Life Boxing. Let's get into it. So, there's an old sparring clip of Rolly and Ryan Garcia on YouTube. I'm sure many of you have watched it. Many of you have seen it. If not, I'll put the link to the video under this video. But it's actually uploaded by a few different people, but Rolly is one of the people who uploaded it, and I'm actually watching it on Rolly's channel, The Rolly Show, if this is Rolly's actual YouTube channel. It has over 2 million views. This upload is from April 25th, 2017. And I've been watching this sparring. Let me see how long the video is gone for. The video is 6 minutes into it, and they haven't separated once. So there's no rounds in this sparring. They're just sparring. And the video is like 20 minutes long. I've watched it before, but I can't remember. I think they do take a break at some point. But at this point in the video, they're 6-7 minutes into the sparring, and there's been no breaks. To me, what it looks like is that it looks like one of them are working with the other one. Now, I don't know which one is working with which, but I would think because Ryan Garcia is the more experienced fighter at this point in their at this stage in their careers, that maybe he's the one who's working with Romero, and he's just giving him a look. And what I mean by working with him is that it's not all out intense sparring on the part of Ryan Garcia, on the part of the person who's working with the other person. Now, I know a lot of y'all gonna come on this video and yell at me and say, oh, they're not working with each other, but I'm just saying, I see a lot of sparring, so I'm just saying, just looking at the sparring, it looks like one of them are working with the other one. Now, like I said, I'm not really gonna, I can't tell because they're both going at like a controlled slow pace. It's not really fast paced sparring. At moments it does get intense, you know what I'm saying, but it's not really fast paced sparring, and it looks to me like one of them is working with the other one. And like I said, I would guess that Ryan is working with Rolly because he's the more experienced fighters, and they're both, you know, different looks from each fighter. But anyway, in the sparring, a lot of people think that Rolly got the best of Ryan Garcia, really roughed him up and did his thing. What I thought when I first watched the video, and I watched it years ago, I thought that Rolly did a good job of, you know, doing what Rolly does, being rough, being tough, being tumble. But I still thought that Ryan did a pretty good job of boxing, and I felt like Ryan kind of got the edge in outboxing Rolly, and Rolly had a little edge himself with being able to rough Ryan up. With that being said, like I said, I know a lot of people felt like Rolly won the sparring session and so forth. Sparring is not something that you win, but you know, in the eyes of the media, I know a lot of people felt like Rolly roughed him up and Rolly won the sparring session. Hence why we get into this video. Floyd Mayweather checks bad left hook boxer. Floyd Mayweather, badlefthook.com. Floyd Mayweather checks Garcia for ducking Rolando Romero, and Garcia fires back. Mayweather says before Garcia starts calling out all of the champions, he first needs to take care of Rolly Romero. Listen, I take my hat off to those, to somebody just showed me something with a little up and coming fighter. I think a kid named Ryan Garcia. Mayweather began. So the young kid Teofimo Lopez, you got Devin Haney, you got Tank. This guy Garcia talking about you guys ain't Floyd Mayweather as far as with those guys using the shoulder roll. Listen, I take my hat off to all three of those fighters because all three of those fighters are world champions. And the guys coming at those 3 fighters, he hasn't even won a title at all. That's what I'm trying to say. Shit in boxing is crazy nowadays. You can't knock a guy for doing something that you have never done yet. You can't do that. Mayweather then referred to a sparring session with Rolando Rolly Romero that Garcia had at Floyd's gym. I'm not here to bash Garcia, but this is the same fighter that came to the Mayweather boxing gym and boxed Rolly and ran out of the gym, he said. This is the same fighter. We got plenty of footage. So before you call out Devin Haney, before you call out Lopez, the champion Lopez, before you call out Gervonta Tank Davis, get past Rolly first. And I gave him his offer a long time ago. He's ducking Rolly. Now, that interview was before... that interview was when Teofimo Lopez still had the champion, so Kambosos wasn't even champion yet. But again, in another recent video, in another recent interview, Floyd said, "You still got Rolly problems, bro. Don't be worrying about Tank Davis. Don't even be worrying about Devin Haney when you got Rolly problems." And I got another video coming on this. I honestly believe that PBC Mayweather Promotions is gonna push that fight, Rolly Romero versus Ryan Garcia, before they even think about giving him the opportunity versus Tank Davis. Y'all know I spoke about it in a video that I did a few videos ago, being Floyd Mayweather and PBC not really wanting to do business with Golden Boy Promotions, who is Ryan Garcia's promoter, Oscar De La Hoya. So I think they're gonna try to get Ryan to come over and do a 2 or 3 fight deal with Tank being in there and Rolly being in there. But Floyd saying, "Hey, you got Rolly problems, Chief. Before you start calling out Tank Davis and even Devin Haney," and he's bringing up Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, who aren't even Mayweather fighters. So, when Floyd started doing that, he's really serious. He's like, you shouldn't even, he's talking boxing, he ain't even talking business. He's like, you shouldn't even be worried about those 3 fighters. You know what I'm saying? When you're not even a world champion yet, and all 3 of those fighters have got a world champion. Speaking of Tank Davis, Devin Haney, and Teofimo Lopez, you haven't done nothing of the sorts yet. You got a little diamond belt or something. You ain't done nothing of the sorts yet, but you calling out these guys, and you still got Rolly Romero problems. You know what I'm saying? You still got Rolly Romero problem, bro. So, I'm watching the sparring session right now. Rolly. Yeah, it just looks like they're working though. Is Ryan's nose bleeding at this point? I think Ryan's nose does bleed at some point, but I mean, your nose bleeds in sparring sometimes. I mean, you get hit with a good jab, and Rolly's Bullet is the referee in the sparring. Bullet had to come in and ref it. I still don't think they've even taken a break yet in the sparring, and the video is 13 minutes in. Real Mayweather doghouse sparring. Rolly's in his Philly shell, countering with his jab and his left hook. And Rolly looks he looks bigger in this video too. He could be, he looks like he could be like, I mean, Ryan is taller and lankier. Rolly is short and stockier, obviously, but he still looks like at least 2 weight classes bigger than Ryan Garcia in this video. Looks like he's damn near a welterweight in this video, because he looks bigger in this video than he does now. So he's probably like 147, 150 pounds in this video. And like I said, even though Ryan is taller, like Rolly looks like the bigger guy, you know what I'm saying, by far. Like, he's a little bit shorter, but he's much thicker, much stockier than Ryan. So like I said, with this sparring, it honestly looks like they're just working with each other. It doesn't look like, and I could be wrong, but to me it doesn't look like all out, just intensive 100% go hard sparring. It looks like they could be working on certain things. It looks like one of them could be working with the other one, meaning, like I said, both of them aren't just going, you know what I'm saying, completely hard. And when you have a situation like that, you usually let one fighter go harder than the other fighter. So I don't know if Rolly is the one who they're letting like go hard to see what Ryan can do. But like I said, to me in the sparring, looks like they're working with each other. Then Bullet jumps in. Obviously, it gets a little rough. Rolly is rugged. All right, now they just took a break then. And I could be wrong. I'm sitting here talking, so maybe there was breaks. But I know for sure the first 6 minutes there was no breaks. Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. Floyd Mayweather saying that Ryan Garcia, he got Rolly problems if he can even get past Javier Fortuna. You guys tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. Until then, keep fighting your fight and protect yourself at all times. This is Coach Fiyah. This is Real Life Boxing. Peace and one love.